Hi, my name is Yvonne Wan. Welcome to my class. Today we will be starting a new series of classes exploring human emotions. This week we are going to draw a girl who looks sad. So what is the definition of sadness? Sadness is feeling down or unhappy in response to grief, discouragement or disappointment. The art supplies that you need today include paper, pencil, eraser, marker and colouring pencils. First, I would like you to draw the eye like this. You draw the top lid, the bottom lid, the iris and then the pupil. I would like you to draw a reflection by drawing a circle like this. Next, I would like you to draw some shape within the iris like this. And then I'd like you to draw the top eyelash. Next, I'd like you to draw a teardrop like this. Next, I'd like you to draw the eyeliner like this, and then some eyelashes like this. Next, I'd like you to shade in the iris like this. Next, I would like you to draw guidance lines like this so that you can figure out the composition of the second eye. Next, I'd like you to draw the reverse version of the previous eye like this. We're going to draw two streaks of tears on the right hand eye to make it look slightly different. Next, I'd like you to draw the nose by drawing two squiggly lines like this. And then I'd like you to do some hatching on the cheeks and then a little mouth like this. And then the outline of her face. We're going to aim for a symmetrical face where possible. Next, I'd like you to draw the ears and then the hair like this. And then we're going to give her a very thin neck like this. And there you have a drawing of a sad girl. Next, I'd like you to ink your artwork using a thin marker and thick marker too. Don't forget to apply thick and thin lines wherever you think it looks good. Please remember to use an eraser to erase the pencil lines after you have lined your art with marker. We are now going to learn about colouring. So I would like to introduce you to the use of colouring blenders when it comes to colouring your art. If you apply the blender to your colours, you will notice that the whites will start to vanish and the colours will become more smooth and solid. If you apply the blender on several colours, the colours will blend nicely, creating a gradation of colours and create new tones in the process. Blenders can make your art appear more smooth and realistic. And now I'm going to introduce you to the use of burnishers when it comes to colouring your art. A burnisher keeps your whites white. You can apply it as an undercoat or an overcoat. As an undercoat, you can use it to create brick lines, for example, and then colour in the bricks without needing to colour around it. If you want to create a shiny effect, you can choose to use the burnisher as an overcoat. So there are different effects you can achieve by the way you handle your pencil. So if you apply light pressure, the colours will come out lighter. If you apply medium pressure, it will appear a little bit darker. If you apply a lot of pressure, then it will be extremely dark and more solid. If you have trouble applying light pressure to your pencil, you can handle the pencil from the top. You will notice the colours will be a lot lighter as a result of the way you're holding the pencil. The directions of your strokes is important, so I highly recommend that you use one direction when you are shading. If you apply your strokes in different directions, you will notice that the colours will be inconsistent as a texture. Another stroke you might want to consider is applying cross-hatching, and that involves colouring in one direction for the first layer, and then the second layer you do the opposite direction, and that way you would be able to cover the full area very thoroughly and have a more solid appearance in pigmentation. Another texture you might want to consider is circular motions. This provides a different texture and can be very useful depending on what texture you prefer. Another technique you might want to try is layering. You can choose 2 different colors and put them on top of each other, creating new color tones. So I'd like to teach you how to do highlights. First of all, you need to have a light source so you can determine which part of the drawing should have a brighter side and which side should have a darker side. And you can have the highlight using white, or you can use a burnisher. And here I'm just using grey to depict shadow. So now that I've taught you some basics when it comes to colouring techniques, I would like you to apply everything that you've learned to the drawing. So just to summarise, the directions of the strokes matter, the pressure that you apply matters, the amount of layers that you apply also matters, and it's also important that you factor in highlights and shadows using whites and darker colours and the burnisher too. And always use a blender if you have that available to you, because it's always going to make your art pop. This concludes today's class. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.